Hook'ems here at South Point Middle School start to take on the Hornets. We're a little bit behind today, so we apologize. South Point on their first drive. And that pass going to be incomplete. Actually picked off by number 4, Caden Murphy. And that's going to be a crackback block. Murphy takes it down to the 15, but that one is coming back. With flag on the play, and that's going to be a blindside hit or a crackback block, whatever it is that they're calling that now. And where is the white hat? But it is going to be Colgrove ball. It'll just back up and negate a long return by Caden Murphy. And it'll be 1st and 10 coming up from the 42:58 left to go here in the first quarter. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us here. We certainly appreciate it. And apparently we're going to have to make some quick adjustments here, so give us just 1 second. And we'll try to get this done. So, interesting. Now they're going to back things off here.
It'll be Colgrove ball 1st and 10 from the South Point 42.
1st and 10 from the South Point 42 is what the call is going to be. Pass play to start this drive off. And had an open look, did Ryland Smith, but no go. It's going to fall incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and 10 coming up for Colgrove. Let's fix that for you here real quick, guys. For some reason or another, our camera is off just a little bit. So we're going to go through and make some adjustments here. And apparently that was the wrong thing to do because it turned everything off, didn't it? Look at Murphy. Looks like he was on the carry. He's going to have about a 12-yard gain up to the 29. He'll be 1st down 10 there for the Hornets.
1st and 10 from the 29 of South Point.
So now we should be able to zoom in and get it. I formation. Handoff's going to go to Murphy. He's going to get it, bounce it outside. Little stiff arm. Oh, and he gets tripped up, but he's going to be taken down inside the 15, down to looks like the 13, and it will be a Hornet 1st down. But there's going to be a penalty on the play, holding on Colgrove. That's going to back him up, and they'll try this one again.
It'll be 1st and 20 for the South Point 39.
1st and 20 from the 39 here coming up for the Hornets. They'll try to give this one another go. Now as we log in here to Facebook to keep track of all you great folks. Hornets, twins out to the right, hands off to Murphy. Murphy is going to have the ball almost back to the original line of scrimmage, gain of about 9. It's going to be second down and 11 coming up.
Second and 12.
Hopefully you guys are ready to go for some high school football. You want to leave your comments or things for the kids to see. They do watch the games afterwards, so make sure to cheer them on, and they see that after the game. Second and 11 coming up here for the Hornets. I formation. I-9 to be exact. Pitch out to the short side of the field for Murphy. Murphy zigzags. He's going to be short of the first down marker, but not by much. It's going to be third down and less than 1 to go. Barbara Clay, Dan Wilson, Tom Gillenwater, Jennifer Clark, thanks for coming on, hanging out. Adam Bear, always good to see you. Getting the Hornet faithful out and about. You can always hit that share button, let other people know that there's football going on. Rylan Smith is under center today. Not sure about Carpenter. And that pitch going to Wade Hankins. That's going to be a first down. I think it's Wade Hankins. If it's not, my apologies. I don't have my... Yeah, Wade Hankins it is. That's going to be a Hornet gain of 7. So looks like Hornets picked up the first down on the last one. Second down and 3 coming up after the 7-yard gain by Wade Hankins. Seven seconds left to go here in the first quarter. There's going to be an official's timeout. So don't have a scoreboard up today, but 3 seconds left to go in the first quarter. 0-0 is your score, and that's going to do it here for your first quarter. As soon as they get it started back. And that's it for your first quarter, 0-0. Hornets have not had the ball that long. After creating the turnover, a couple penalties backing them up, they've been able to overcome it, but it's been tough. So Lindsay Sturgill, they're going to announce the cheerleaders. Reagan McDaniel. Kennedy Wilson, I think is it. Bailey Baker. Lara Roach. Emma Massey. Allie Stallard. Olivia Hanshaw. Riley Myers. And Gianna Savino. The middle school cheerleader. Coached by Audrey Malone and Haley Sturgill. For those that are interested in that. Calvin Hankins and John Pegram. Sorry, I may not be right about that. Sam Angelo, how's it going? Good to see you. Stacey Manning. Douglas Matthew Malone. Hello. It's Roy Long coming on. Hanging out with us here tonight. I guess it's not really tonight. I'm used to Friday night football. It's really this afternoon, I guess, still. But Hornets going to run back off. They'll get the thing started at the 12-yard line. Hornets driving. Last time you saw the junior Hornets in action, they were putting on a show against Oak Hill. First quarter this time, not so much. Hornets not playing as clean as what they did in the past game.
Second down and 3 to go from the 12-yard line at South Point.
Wade Hankins will be lined up in the backfield. With Joe Scarberry. Rylan Smith under center. He'll take the snap, hand to Scarberry, and Scarberry is going to rumble, bumble, stumble down to the 1 yard line. Does not get it across the line, but it will be first and goal Hornets from inside the 1 yard line. And it's going to be first and goal with 7:44 left to go here in the second quarter. You may see a little bit of the same here. Hand off to the fullback, and he's going to score. Joey Scarberry. And that is going to give the Hornets the early advantage here, 6-0. With 7:25 left to go here in the second quarter. So we will be live tomorrow night from Tank Memorial Stadium as the Hornets take on the Ironton Tigers. Tall order. As the state runner-up from last year, back on the tear. It's going to be a 2-point conversion try here. And Carpenter is going to be across for the 2-point conversion. So with 7:25 left to go here in the second quarter, your score, Culver 8, South Point 0. We'll bring her back out to the 35 and get things started up here again. Hey, Paul, I am assuming that you're tuning in from the South Point side, so welcome. It's a home broadcast, so we'll poke a little bit of fun every once in a while, but welcome. Glad that we can bring you the game. A lot of people tune in because they hadn't been able to see, with the COVID restrictions and all that stuff. It's been a tough year. It's been a weird year. The South Point will get started back on a 35, 1st and 10. With 7:25 left to go here until halftime. Pistol formation for South Point. They're going to take the snap, hand the ball off, and Hornets are going to wrap him up in the backfield. Forward progress limits the loss to 2, and it's going to be 2nd down and 12. Caden Murphy and Joe Scarberry in there on the stop in the backfield. 2nd and 12 coming up.
Second down 12 from the South Point 33.
Our day to feed is not liking it today, is it? A little bit choppy. My apologies. It's about as much as what Facebook will give us without direct contact to Wi-Fi over cell service. South Point throws the ball bump. It looks like he fumbled the ball a little bit, or not fumbled the ball, but mishandled the ball, and he gets back to the original line of scrimmage. 3rd and 12 coming up. And there is going to be a timeout, South Point. Their first of the first half, I believe.
All the proceeds go to benefit the student athletes at Cold Grove. Tonight they're having French fries, hot dogs.
Yes, we'll be right back. We're going to go try to send some people to get us something to drink. You're watching Hornet football right here on Cold Grove Live. timeout. South Point with 6 minutes, 24 seconds left to go to halftime. It's going to be 3rd and 12 coming up. They've narrowly escaped losing more yardage the last 2 plays, or the last play rather. This quarterback looks like he mishandled the ball just a little bit, but was able to get back to the line of scrimmage.
South Point will have 3rd down and 12 from their own 33.
South Point back with that. It's a pistol formation, but it's got 2 backs, so I'm not actually for sure what that formation is called. And South Point is going to jump off sides. This is going to back him up 5 yards. And it's 3rd down and 17 now. It's going to back South Point back up to the 28. Hey, Thomas Fields. I appreciate that. I've got a fragile ego. Doing a good job. Not really. I don't have a fragile ego. Week after week, I'm pretty sure that over the course of the last few years that I've been hammered more often than not. But I appreciate you. Let me know that at least somebody out there thinks we're doing an okay job. So South Point back in that pistol formation. It's going to be an option. He got rid of that ball awfully quick. And South Point's going to pick up about 1. It'll be 4th down and 16 coming up. Wade Hankins and Carpenter in on that tackle. 4th down coming up here for the Pointers.
We'll bring up 4th down and 16 from the South Point 29.
5:35 and counting here until halftime. And I can't see the number who's back to receive, but it's going to be a very short kick. And Carpenter picks it up and is going to run with it. Makes a little move, and he's going to be dropped right there at the 20-yard line. Interesting pickup. Most time you just let it go around, but he picked it up, turns the field around, and actually that punt is going to end up as about a net loss of about 9 yards. And now there's another flag on the play, and it looks like, I would guess, a personal foul. It's a late dead ball foul, unsportsmanlike. Oh, illegal substitution on South Point. Kind of a weird call. I'm not entirely for sure, guys. If you are a officiating aficionado, and what is it whenever the 2 hands go behind the head? I thought it was an illegal substitution, but I don't really know what that is. Shotgun formation here for the junior Hornets. Carpenter under center. He'll take the snap, and it is going to be throw all the way. He's going to pull it down and run it. He's going to get it up to about the 5-yard line. It's going to call the 6-yard line. 2nd and goal from the 6.
Brings up a 2nd and goal from the 5. 2nd and goal from the 6.
4:53 and counting left to halftime. Hornets up 8-0. So again, not really for sure what that penalty call was, but if you know what it is when they put 2 hands behind their head, I'd be interested to find out. I formation, Carpenter back under center. There's going to be a flag, and there's going to be a delay of game on the Hornets.
Delay game on Colburn.
That'll back him up 5 yards. It's going to be 2nd and goal from the 11 coming up here for the Hornets. Hornets so far, a lot more penalties today than what they had on Thursday in their opener. which is unusual to have a good clean game then and not so much now. Carpenter under center. He's going to get the ball to Murphy. Murphy will be tackled inside the 5 down to the 4. And it's going to be 3rd down and goal from the 4 coming up for the Hornets.
That's on the play by number 3, Brayton Henshaw.
Carpenter will be under center. He'll take the snap, hand off to Murphy, and Murphy's across for the touchdown. 3 minutes, 32 seconds left to go here in the second quarter, and it's going to be a touchdown for Caden Murphy. A little 4-yard. A 4-yard score right there off tackle. And it looks like the Hornets will go for 2. Hornets set up in that high 9. Wade Hankins on the wing. Carpenter under center. He'll take the snap. It'll be a pass all the way. And that pass is going to be completed to number 34, Caden Turner, and that is good for the 2-point conversion. So with 3 minutes, 32 seconds left to go until halftime, Hornets are up 16-0. And now they're calling for the media timeout. So hopefully the cheerleaders will get their cheering going on. We'll go from there. Scott Lewis, you know what? I've got a few choice words for you that I'll tell you later. Of course, I guess they can't really bleep me here on Facebook Live or YouTube, but I guess they could. Hey, Chris Wilson, Bertha White, Kyle Seitz, how's it going out there in KCU? Haven't got to catch up with you later. Actually, that would be a good one to do. You guys want to do a Hornet alum catch-up show where we just see how some of you guys are doing this moved on, talk to you a little bit, see how the college life is. If you're interested in that, yell at me and let me know. We'll set something up on the Zoom or some kind of a virtual setup because they probably will frown upon us doing anything more than that. I think that on the sideline here, we think we found our new trainer. Scott, yours comes naturally, yeah. Well, sometimes you got to make something up too. Hey, Joey Smith, how's it going? Shane Runyon, good to see you. Gene Stapleton, always good to have you guys on. Hornets up 16-0 here against South Point with 3 minutes, 32 seconds left to go until halftime. Hornets did not have the ball very long in the first quarter. South Point actually made a little drive and threw an interception. It was a tip pass, and Caden Murphy picked it off. Took the ball back probably, I'm going to say 50 yards, but it was called back for a, I can't remember, it's a new call, but it was a crackback block. It was a blindside block is what it was. Brought that back. Hornets have had multiple holding penalties. Very unlike them to have a second game like this when the first game was relatively clean. South Point, pistol formation. Scott, you may know the formation for this. It's going to be a little reserve. Ducks back out of a good little move by South Point, but he's going to be tangled up by number
Tackle on the play by
Can't see number 14,
Carpenter.
Braden Carpenter, looks like he's going to take it down. Only a gain of
Noah
about 2
Haynes was the ball carrier.
for South Point. Second Nate coming up here from the 37.
Gain of 2 will be second down and 8 from the South Point 37.
So Scott, what is the formation? And it's going to be delayed a little bit, but do you know what that formation is? I mean, that's a pistol formation, but anyway, South Point's going to take the snap. Passes incomplete. Rylan Smith had a hand on it, but couldn't bring it in. It'll be third down and 8 coming up here for South Point. Yeah, that last one was a full house, a pistol full house. That's kind of an interesting play. Although I like the pistol, I think you can do a lot. You can do a lot with it, especially for if you don't have the, if you don't have a super big line and they're getting penetration. It gives your offense a little bit of extra breathing room and to work around. South Point's going to be twins out to the right, single receiver out to the left. Quarterback takes a snap, and it's going to be a throw. Picks it up, picks up another couple yards, and it's going to be fourth down and 6 coming up from the 39 for South Point. Carpenter on the play, man. He's been around the defensive side of the ball today. Probably maybe 3 or 4, maybe 5 tackles so far here in the game. South Point going forward on fourth down. Shotgun formation, takes a snap, pitch back, and it's a halfback pitch pass. And he's wide open, but can't connect, and that's going to be a turnover on down. Hornets will take over on the 39-yard line. South Point had a good play call on there. It's a touchdown. They can connect, but for one reason or another, they could not. Had a play like that happen on Friday for our varsity squad at Fairland. Had 2 guys running straight down the field, wide open, just not able to connect. Pistol full pro base. Okay. Well, we'll just call it a pistol full house because I like that better. How's that? First and 10 for the Hornets. Minute and 50 seconds left to go here. And Hornets are going to go. Trips out to the left. Shotgun formation. Single back. Murphy is back in. Carpenter rolls out. And that is going to be a catch. Wade Hankins will catch the ball down on the 12-yard line.
Play results in a first down for Conroe in first and 10 from the South Point 12.
And that'll be first and 10 from the South Point 12. Good little pitch and catch there. Wade Hankins high points the ball. Couldn't have drew it up any better. Hornets go trips out to the right. Single receiver out to the left into their shotgun spread formation. Minute 25 seconds left to go here until halftime. Snap, handoff, draw to Murphy. Murphy's going to be taken down around the 4-yard line. It's going to be first and goal from the 4 with a minute 12. And Hornets looking to strike again.
Second and 2 from the 4.
I'm sorry. It is not going to be first down. It is second and 2 from the 4, 54 seconds and counting. Hornets, I believe, have all their timeouts, so probably not much in a hurry. They're going to go back into that tight set. And now there's going to be a timeout. Hornets, 41 seconds left to go here until halftime. 16-0, Hornets up. Outside of a couple plays, that first drive South Point had was pretty solid, but since then, not able to do much of anything. With 41 seconds left to go until half, Hornets up 16-0 and looking to put another one on it. So there's no halftime shows or anything here, guys, so I don't know what to tell you. I'm not very entertaining, so, but the cheerleaders usually do a little bit of their routine, so we'll probably just mute it up and leave it up to them, and then we'll put it on the clock until halftime is over. But tomorrow night, the varsity squad will travel to Ironton. They're playing at Tank Memorial Stadium. For those of you who are watching for Colgrove, what are you most interested in seeing? It's going to be a tough game either way, so we've got to pick some other things out to watch for and see what we can do against a tough opponent in Ironton. They were a state runner-up last year, and it doesn't look like they've lost much steam with a couple of the transfers and things that they've had come in. And some of the young kids starting to step in to play. Carpenter under center. He's going to take the snap, hand off to Scarberry, and Scarberry is not going to make it. He might make the first down. He does not make the first down. And there's going to be a timeout, Hornets. 34 seconds left to go until halftime. 3rd and 1 at the 3. I think I'd just sneak it. Sneaky. You can always talk about football for Friday versus Ironton. Yeah, well, I mean, that's what we're going to do. So I guess we'll count on you guys to give us some feedback. I'm interested to see how some of our kids, play. We don't have a super heavy senior class. We have some seniors, so it's not super heavy. And, with some of the big Ohio State, recruits and that type of stuff for Ironton, obviously this year's going to be tough, but it does give you a little bit of a glimpse of maybe what can be coming next year and tighten it back up, because for years prior to last year, it had been a largely close game, usually within a score, maybe 2 at the most. Carpenter under center. He's going to hand off to Murphy. Murphy's going to easily cross the goal line. And Murphy will score his 2nd touchdown of the game. With 30 seconds left to go here in the 2nd quarter, Hornets go up 22-0. We'll see what Coach Barrett and crew decide to do here with extra point. They lined up to kick it one time and ran it for the 2-point conversion, and they just lined straight up and did it before. So we'll see what happens. But we will be live about 6:45 or so. We'll go live about 15 minutes early just to make sure everything is working properly. And looks like Hornets are going to line back up. I formation, tight. Carpenter under center. And the give is to Wade Hankins, but there was something messed up there, not quite right. And that 2-point conversion is not going to be good. So with 30 seconds left to go until halftime, Hornets up 22-0.
2-point conversion fails. Your score with 30 seconds to go. In the 2nd quarter is Colgrove 22, South Point 0.
South Point will come back out, get started on the 35. It'll be 1st and 10 for South Point from the 35-yard line. There's not been huge plays like there were last week. 65-yard touchdown runs, 45-yard touchdown runs, 45-yard interception returns. None of that's happened so far. It's been kind of I know they're up 22-0, but it's been kind of more of a grinded out game. Of course, they've been working on short fields as well, so that obviously helps. South Point, we'll see what they decide to do with 30 seconds. If they try to make something happen here, I hope they do. I think every team should be running a 2-minute offense. Quarterback, ready for the snap. He's going to take it. It will be a pass all the way. And he will be sacked. And he will be sacked at the... Cade Murphy's the one who's going to get to him to sack him. And they're going to give him forward progress back to the looks like 26. So it's going to be second and 19 from the 26 here. Come up for South Point. 23 seconds left to go to halftime. So South Point has 23 seconds left to go until halftime. Hornets currently up 22-0. And it's second and a really long way here for the Pointers. They've got wideouts on each side. A little bit of motion, and it just looks like it's going to be a direct snap. And that may be a good little sign of success there for the Pointers. They're going to get the ball. He's going to step out of bounds with. And he's not going to get him out of bounds. There's going to be more time put back. There's going to be more time put back on the clock. With 9 seconds back, he picks up quite a good chunk. It's third down and about 7 to go here for South Point. 9 seconds put back on the clock. Picked up a really good chunk. I'll say direct snap is going to work all the time, but it's one of those things that they may build on in the second half, so something that Coach Barrett and crew have to be aware of. They're working on the clock, getting 9 seconds back on the clock. They'll eventually get it. So they do get 9 seconds put back on the clock. South Point looks like a stacked eye. We'll see if they go back in motion a little bit, and it is going to be another direct snap. Same play, just to the other side. And he's going to be dropped short of the first down. That's going to be a hang. It's going to be a South Point timeout with 3 seconds left to go here, and it's going to be fourth down and about 3. It looks like coming up. Oh, but there is a penalty on the play. And it must have been holding on the play. So that'll back him up. They'll repeat third down. And there's a timeout, South Point. Hey, Taylor, still 22-0 Hornets. So we'll see what kind of Hail Mary play the South Point has for a third and really long with 3.4 seconds left to go. We're just backing up into soft coverage here. It's going to be a direct snap. And they're going to go back to it and see if the well hasn't gone dry here. That's going to be halftime, but able to
Tackle on
pick
play
up a little bit
number
of stuff
30,
there.
Scarberry.
Scarberry is one who credited with a tackle. So at halftime, it's 22-0. Hornets. We'll go ahead and
that's the end of the half. Your scores: Cover 22, South
go ahead and set
Point
things
0.
up here. So take a look at the scoreboard. And we will be back after halftime. Once they get the 10-minute clock on there, I may turn it over and talk to you guys for a little bit. Hey, thanks, Loretta Joe Thomas, for getting that on there. Appreciate it. Yeah, let's see here. Yeah. Whenever the Hornets do their, when the Hornet cheerleaders do their stuff, we'll be happy to put their stuff out there for you. And your Hornet cheerleaders are going out here, so that's your little halftime entertainment, guys. That's about as much as we can offer on that. We'll go back over here and get the clock set back up so you can know what you got left until the Hornets get back to business. Hey, Zach DeLauder, how's it going? Teresa Maynard, good to see you. Mikey Roberts, always good to see you. Go through and get this over so we can talk. How's it going? I guess there's the camera right there. How's it going? So for the next 6 minutes or so, we'll just decide to a little bit. You see, it's kind of hot up here in the press box, but we're happy that you're here. Happy that you're tuning in. Hopefully, not boring you too much, and you're getting some good looks at the Hornets and the Pointers. So if you're coming on to watch the Hornets, welcome. If you're coming on to watch the Pointers, welcome. Appreciate y'all coming and hanging out. Yeah, we have a lot of good times with that. So, talking about football Friday night. South Point Chesapeake playing tomorrow night, so somebody's going to come out with a win, finally, right? Both of those teams 0-2. Then we've got Colgrove and Ironton tomorrow. Again, that's going to be a tough listen. I don't know. At the risk of sounding negative here, and hopefully I'm not coming off that way, but Ironton's a good team. So if you want to be a realist, I hope that we can keep things close. Oh, sorry. We've got our good friends. Come here. We've got our good friend Tom. He's the clock operator. And we've got our good friend McKnight. I don't know what he does. What are you doing?
I'm assistant clock operator.
Oh, the assistant clock operator. I didn't realize that there had.
There's two.
I don't know. I don't know about you. I don't know about you
Especially how
guys.
bad of a job we did at the end. It took two people to screw that up that bad.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about about all that stuff. But anyway, so at the risk of sounding pessimistic, I mean, Ironton's a really good team. They're gonna make a play for the state championship. So that's the type of caliber team that we're going in and playing. With some of the injuries that we have, we're gonna have a hard time. I think we're gonna have, you're gonna have to play almost perfect ball, and then you're gonna have some things bounce your way in order to have a shot at that one. Hopefully the Hornets can go in and make a good showing of it, and the kids can get some good experience. We have a younger team, so you're going to have some true freshmen starting with Steven Simpson, and there may be a couple others thrown in for good measure. I'm not for sure yet, but it's going to be tough sledding. So, all the credit in the world to the coaching staff and what they've been able to rebuild down in Ironton, as much as what I don't like it. Because, obviously, should I like it? I don't think I should. But, outside of whenever our season's over, I will still root for Ironton to win a state title because I think anything good for Southern Ohio is good for Southern Ohio. But tomorrow's going to be tough. So I think we're going to have to just go at it and try to get some different experience. Because, obviously, we're going to be in the playoffs and we're going to have to play somebody, right? I was hoping that with the 6-game schedule, I was hoping that we could get out of September with a 2-2 record. So we'll have to see if that's still play because out of the league schedule that we had to play, it's a gauntlet. It's, so looking at Portsmouth, a heck of a lot bigger than we are. Looking at Fairland, supposedly they're not bigger than we are, but I still think that they are. You've got Gallia that we're going to be playing. Heck of a lot bigger than we are. And then you've got Ironton, which is not a lot bigger, but they're deep. They're deep, so nothing you can do about that. 207 left to go here until we get started back. I had just seen that down here on the screen, so apologies, guys. So tell me if you've been on before. Appreciate you letting us know where you're tuning in from. We always like to see. It's always fascinating that the variety of places that we see where people are tuning in from. So you can always let us know. We always like to hear that. I thought for moving forward for Friday night games, we would do some kind of an award or something for people that are viewing us from the furthest away. Now that would have been, I'm pretty sure, would have went to JJ Hunt nearly every single time because he was tuning in from Okinawa, where he was stationed. I don't know if he's still stationed there or not yet. So, JJ, if you're watching this, you can reach out and you can let us know. Also, let us know if. Interesting. our camera decided that it wanted to I've never had to do that before, I guess, because it just went all one way. It was just one of those things, I guess. So anyway, guys, we're going to turn it back around, get ready for the second half action between the Hornets and the Pointers. Thanks for coming on again and hanging out with us here. If you have any comments or anything, make sure to leave them in the comments below. Anything that we can do to try to make things better, we're always happy to try to do that as well. This is not any kind of official, anything with the school. This is just me and doing what we do. So anyway, we'll catch up with you guys after the game. You are watching Hornet football right here on Cold Grove Live. You guys don't want to see my ugly face anyway. So we've got one camera that we're working here, so you're about ready to have a seizure because of all the stuff we're moving around. I'm sorry. It was Pointer ball to start off with, so it should be Hornet ball to start off with here in the second half. Hornets put a score on the board right at the end of the half, making it 22-0. Oh, and they put 3 minutes back on the clock. Now tell me, why do they do that? Why they put 3 minutes back on the clock? Seems like after every halftime, they always do that. One of the guys here in the press box was like, why do you always add 3 minutes onto it? Because no matter where you go, no matter what game you go to in a high school football, it seems like that they give you halftime and then they give you an extra 3 minutes. It's like, well, why not just make it 13 minutes instead of 10? And then it's like, okay, yeah, we're getting started in 13 minutes. Who knows? It's above my pay grade is what it is. So I guess we'll go back over here and maybe we can give you a view of the crowd here. Because of COVID and whatnot, it's a lot thinner of a crowd than what it normally can be. Same thing for varsity football. It's a little more people here for the high school football games, but not a lot. Not a lot. Minute 24 seconds left to go here, and we'll get games started underway. Do not know when the running clock starts. Sorry, I was checking to see when the running. So in high school and junior high football, there's a running clock that starts after 30 minutes, and it should shorten the game up a little bit. So the Hornets have done what they've done in their past 3 drives. They should be moving to a running clock here in just a little bit. I'll brag on him because he won't know any better. But Malachi Wheeler, one of the varsity squads, he doesn't know that I'm doing this, but I don't really care. So far, after 2 weeks, leading rusher in the OVC, so not bad for a 175-pound kid. I'm proud of him because he's a lot faster than what I was, and I'll promise you, I was never, ever number 1 in the OVC in anything at any time in my career, so I'll embarrass him. I don't care. That's what you can do when you're dad, right? You can embarrass people. Somebody at some point is going to tell him about this, and then I'm going to get yelled at, but whatever. You can't embarrass them. How much more fun is that? So Hornets will take over, first and 10 from the 35. And they are going to go into, it looks like, power game formation pro set. I'm not actually for sure what the Hornets call that, but I call it a pro set 8. And Murphy going to lose his footing, picks up about 2 yards. Second and 8 coming up.
Murphy, your ball carrier, in 2 to bring up a second down and 8 Number Fumbler, 37.
2nd and 8. From the 37 coming up. Like the pro set, that's what the high school's been running quite a bit of. Carpenter under center. He's going to hand off to Murphy. Murphy cuts up inside, and Murphy is gone. Not even close to catch it in. And that is going to be a touchdown. 63 touchdown yard, 63-yard touchdown by Caden Murphy with 7:05 left to go here in the game. Sorry, in the third quarter. We just got started. 28 points, 28-0 now. Hornets will try, I'm certain they'll try for the 2-point conversion. If the 2-point conversion is good, it'll move to a running clock. If it's not good, well, it's still going to be standard clock operation procedures. I formation and I-9 to be precise. Wade Hankins, tailback. Carpenter goes under center with Scarberry at the full. It could be a timeout Hornets. Weird to call a timeout on a 2-point conversion, but that's what you're going to see. 7:01 left to go here. We're just now getting the third quarter underway, and Hornets have already scored. So back to the I formation. Scarberry at tail, Murphy at tail, Scarberry at fullback, Carpenter under center. He's going to take the snap, pitch out to Murphy. Murphy's going to easily score. And that is going to put 7 minutes and 1 second left to go here. I'm sorry. Let me backtrack. 7:01 left to go in the third quarter, so we're a minute into this thing. It's 30-0 Hornets. And that should move things to a running clock here. Normally they'll make an announcement. We'll see what happens if that's the case. Side point will come out, take over at 35, 1st and 10.
Top point line, the ball person came from around 35.
Side point was having some success with that direct snap, and they're not going to go stick with it, but looks like a pistol diamond right there. Side point, snaps, handoff up the middle. And he's going to get loose. That ball's on the ground, fumbled, and the Hornets are going to recover. Number 22, Leland McKnight, is going to be on the recovery. Stripped out of there, I believe, by C.J. Thompson. I'm going to give him that anyway. I don't care. I'll give C.J. Thompson the strip and tackle. But if I'm wrong, so be it. That's what it looked like to me. So Hornets take over in Pointer territory on the 49 after the fumble. That was their first play of the second half. So not much going okay for the Pointers right here. Turner and Hankins is going to be out wide to the left, I formation. Carpenter under center. No, Smith under center, and that's going to be to Scarberry. Scarberry. I don't know why I'm calling it Scarberry. It's Scarberry. He can go pick up 8. 2nd down and 2 coming up.
On the South Point 41.
Cindy Jones, FD McDonald, Tiffany Newman. Thanks for coming hanging out. Diane Larson, Brenda Lewis, and Shane Childs. Cindy Joe Staten. Thanks for coming on hanging out with us here tonight. Junior Hornets up 30-0 with 5 minutes left to go here in the 3rd quarter. It's going to be a timeout Hornets.
Timeout on the field, charge the Club Road.
Interesting. Burning 2 timeouts. Of course, it's a running clock, so, you know. Hey, Matthew Morgan, how's it going? Bill Brammer, always good to see you as well. Tomorrow night we'll be live, 6:45-ish, right here on Cold Grove Live, or if you're tuned in on the YouTubes, we'll be over there. You can go to youtube.com/Cold Grove Live, and we'll have it at either things. Now, we don't monitor the YouTube comments and things, so if you want to interact, that's not the place to do it. If you just want to watch, that's cool. You can have fun. Going is like kind of going to a football game with me and just kind of hanging out. So if you kind of want to know what it's like, whenever you go to a football game with me, just tune in tomorrow night, 6:45, as the Grove takes on Ironton. Rylan Smith under center. He'll get the ball to Hankins. Hankins, he'll have the 1st down. He'll have it across the 35 down to the 34. It's going to be a Hornet 1st down. I do look forward to tomorrow night. I always look forward to the games with Ironton because there's always something that can happen. With the exception of last year's game, the games recently had been fairly close, and hopefully Hornets can make a good game out of it as well. But we've had some key injuries, and that's going to be tough. Pitch back out to Hankins. Hankins is going to have the ball up, 5-yard gain up to the 29. It'll be 2nd and 5 coming up. So much easier to call the down and distances whenever you have a turf field. We tried that last week at Fairland. Of course, their bleacher situation on the fan side is horrible. You can't hardly see anything. Rylan Smith under center. Pro set. Hand off to Scarberry. He's going to pick up a couple. It'll be a 3rd down and 3 coming up here for the Hornets.
2-yard gain, and we bring up the 3rd and 3.
Yeah, the Hornets can put on another score here. You'll probably start seeing some of the 2nd teamers come in, or some of the 7th graders. We are on a running clock. Hornets up 30-0 with 3:09 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. And honestly, it hasn't been that clean of a game. There's been a lot of penalties and things for the Hornets here. Smith under center. Hands off to Hankins. Hankins will have it across down to the 21, and that will be another Hornet 1st down. Brenda Kelly, Carrie Wilson, Jacob Wells. Can I call you GM Jacob Wells? I'm just going to refer to you that forever. Until you tell me that I have to stop, I'm just going to call you GM Jacob Wells from now on. The GM. Sounds like something that we could have you on as a recurring guest. The GM, Jacob Wells. Smith is going to hand the ball off to Hankins. Hankins has the ball down. Picks up about 6 yards. 2nd and 4 coming up from the 14.
Is selling pizza for $1 a slice. Better grab it up. It'll be 2nd and 4 from the 13 of South Point.
So have any of you guys been to have you been to an Ironton home game yet with Gapliss? Was Gapliss their first home game? I guess it was. So last week was the first home game. I was just kind of curious of what the atmosphere was like since since there's not as many people that can get in. Smith under center. He's going to hand off to Hankins. Hankins dragging people down. He'll be down about the 6-yard line.
Number 2, Wade Hankins, your ball
And it's going to
carrier.
be another first down. So first down and goal from the 6 coming up for the Hornets.
It'll be first and goal from the 6-yard
Minute 20
line.
left on the clock in the third quarter. Again, when you're up by 30, goes to a running clock. If you notice, Junior Hornets calling on the plays with signals, which I like. I think that's a good thing whenever you're trying to get, especially if they got a big team. Smith hands the ball off to Hankins, and he's going to be dropped short. Looks like the 2-yard line. Second and goal coming up from the 2-yard line. 33 seconds and counting. We'll see if the Hornets just leave it there. Hey, Brandon Mullins, good to see you. Sharon Mays, Brenda Kelly, Riley Harmon. Thanks for coming on and hanging out with us here tonight. Looks like Hornets are going to try to go ahead and put this across with 14 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. Smith under center. It's going to be a quarterback run. Scores easily. And Rylan Smith, I call him Rylan Carpenter, Rylan Smith, the 7th grader, is going to put it across the goal line and put the Hornets up 36-0 with 4 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. And the point after, I presume that they'll go for it for 2 like they have in the past. And South Point will come back out and have the ball at their 35 with about 4 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. They had one play here in the third quarter, and they fumbled on that one. Turner is going to roll and bowl somebody over, and he's across the goal line for 2. So with 4 seconds left to go here in the third quarter, your Hornets are up 38-0. So Junior Hornets rolling here in their first couple games of the year. Defeated Oak Hill last week. Big. Put 50. I don't recall what the actual final score was, but it was at least 50 points, and they put another 38 here on the Pointers with a quarter left to go. Now you'll see some of the, whoa! Forgot to tighten up my stuff there. Looks like the starting defense is still in for the Hornets. Shotgun formation here for South Point. It's going to be a reverse, and it's sniffed out. Turner is right there. That's a reverse pass. Decent call, but Rylan Smith is going to be there as the ball gets to the receiver and puts a nice little hit on it for an incompletion. And it's going to be 2nd down and 10. And that's going to do it here at the end of the third quarter. Moving into the fourth quarter. 8 minutes on the clock. Your Hornets are up 38-0. We'll move to the other side of the field. And South Point will have it 2nd and 10 coming up from the 35. As we're also trying to do our best to work in some volleyball. So if you guys know somebody that's playing on the Lady Hornets volleyball team, we're also doing our best to try to work out our schedule so that we can accommodate that. It hasn't worked out yet because of football and JV and all that. But we're going to try to get to that next week. And then we'll make sure to put that schedule up on Cold Grove Live. So if you're interested in those things, make sure to stay tuned. You can go over to facebook.com/Cold Grove Live and like the page there. Make sure, or if you want to go over to youtube.com/Cold Grove Live, you can hit the notification, hit the bell so that you are notified whenever Cold Grove Live has a new video that comes online or a new live stream. Sound point with twins out to the left, single receiver out to the right. I'll take this snap, and that's going to be a false start on South Point. Back them up 5 yards, they'll do it again. They'll start 2nd and 15. Oh. They're going to call encroachment. The wide receiver that had nobody over top of him was the one who jumped. I think that might be a courtesy call at this point. So who knows where it's at. But 2nd down and 5 coming up here for South Point. Twins out to the left. Single receiver out to the right. 2 back in the pistol formation. Option play. Cuts back across the field. And South Point will be out of bounds inside the 10-yard line down to the 9. And it's going to be 1st and goal for South Point from the 9. So Hornets out of position a little bit on that play. Well, I'm going to cut back across. It's going to be 1st and goal from the 9 coming up here for South Point. South Point now with a big play trying to capitalize to get on this scoreboard. Nothing doing there. And number 60, Mason Wheeler. That's my other one. He's in 7th grade. I'll go ahead and tell you that just because. But he doesn't start, so whenever he gets time to go in, makes the most of it. That play results in a 5-yard loss. It's going to be 2nd down and goal from the 14. Receiver wide out to the left. Snap. Option play. And he's going to be back to the, looks like the original, back to the 10. Number 7, Jake Brammer on the tackle. He's going to get it back to the 10. It's 3rd down and goal from the 10-yard line coming up for South Point. $38-0. Hornets up. 4:45 left to go here in the 4th quarter. South Point trying to, after the big play, trying to get on the board, but haven't had any luck yet. Shotgun formation. South Point takes a snap. It's going to be a reverse option. Missed tackle from Turner. And there is a flag on the play.
Touchdown, number 3, Brayton Henshaw.
Let's see if we can see the replay. I'll show you what we see here. Let's see what the
We do have a penalty on the play.
let's see what the replay shows on that. Somebody comes in late, hits somebody in the back, and that's going to be a. I think it's going to be a clip. block in the back on South Point, and that's going to negate the touchdown. It's going to back them up.
It'll bring up a 3rd and goal from the 12.
A 3rd and goal from the 12 after the 10-yard penalty happened right about the 2, the spot foul. And South Point will have to try to do it again from the 12. 2 plays to try to get in here to score. South Point takes a snap. Gets a pass off and can't connect. He is open but could not connect. That's 4th and goal from the 12 coming up for South Point. Timeout, Colgrove. Oh, I'm sorry, timeout, South Point. Yeah, that would be a little unfair, wouldn't it? 3:19 left to go here, 4th quarter, 38-0. Here's your score. Hornets trying to preserve the shutout. Fourth and goal from the 12. Coming up for South Point. They're going to try to get on the board here. Colgrove trying to preserve the goose egg. They got some of the reserves in. And it looks like Red Shoes is back out. I actually don't know his name, but he can stick out. And he had some direct snaps. That would be the key. That would be my key, and it looks like he is getting ready to take a direct snap. I'd have to put somebody on him, just go get him. Fumble on the play. He's going to pick up, and he's going to run the ball. And he's going to be tackled. And that is going to be a turnover on downs. And I believe that tackle by number 22, Leland McKnight. Hornets will take over. First and 10 from the 13-yard line. So Hornets going to be able to preserve the shutout here. 2 minutes and 40 seconds left to go. And they're going to put the second teamers in, or the 7th graders in, or the JV in, whatever they call it now. And again, if you did not hear earlier, we will be live tomorrow night from Tank Memorial Stadium, where the high school Hornets will take on Ironton. Ironton coming in the league 2-0. Colgrove 1-1. So they are in the game, or they are in play for the OVC, but it's going to be a tough battle. And hopefully the Hornets can make something happen. First down here for the Hornets. Smith under center. He's going to hand off to Landon Riley. He'll pick up about 5. 2nd and 5 coming up to 11 and counting. Landon Riley had a little scamper last week for a touchdown, about a 45-yard scamper. I guess that's what it is. I think everybody was pretty excited for him. .143 and counting. Hornets probably get off a couple extra plays here for their reserves. Smith under center. Fumble on the play. And I think it might be South Point ball. Nope, it is going to be third down Hornet ball with a minute 23. They'll probably get off one more play. And that'll do it here for Thursday night football here for the Junior Hornets. 38-0. Hornets putting the goose egg, providing everything, knock on wood, holds out. There's no fumble recovery for a touchdown or something like that. They'll put a goose egg on, and so far the Hornets' young season at the junior high level, or middle school level, couldn't have started much of any better. And it's going to be an official's timeout. David Adam, how's it going? Larry Massey and Isaac Massey. He says you're watching with me, so hello. Thanks for coming on hanging out. Jake Jewell, Angel Smith, Caviar Nunez. I know you. You're not from around here, but hopefully you're enjoying the show. Tim Johnson and Craig and Brianna Neal. 51 seconds. And most likely last place from scrimmage. Handoff to Riley. And Riley is going to be up. He'll be across the marker, and he'll have a first down up to the 29. 35 seconds left to go here. Let's see if they spot the ball, and let's see if they have another one coming. And it is the last play, so play clock is basically useless at this point. 20 on the play clock, 17 seconds. And Hornets going to try to get another playoff. I believe there's a 7th grade game, I think, this weekend. But Smith goes under center. He takes the snap, pitches back off to Riley. And Landon Riley, big run down to the 35-yard line, and that is going to do it for tonight. So, on a hot and muggy Thursday night here at Patterson Field at LeMaster Stadium, South Point is going to drop this one at the hands of the Hornets, 38-0. We'll see you guys tomorrow night right here on Cold Grove Live whenever the Hornets take on the Tigers. Until then, have a good evening, be safe, and we'll see you tomorrow right back here on Cold Grove Live. See ya.